I'm Kate Ward, and this is your Dickman Farms Smart Gardening Tip. And here we are, telltale. We're in end of February, just went through, and we're in the beginning of March. And that's when this plant, this is witch hazel, is in bloom. It's this weird little, it's like an eruption party for spring, like, yay, little streamers, here comes spring. But you can see some more on this, it's a big shrub, some more in the background there. But isn't that cool? I wanted to show you that. But that's not why we're here. We're here because we're going to deal with that. What is that, Kate? That's right. That is the leftovers of the winter garden that I didn't clean up. And I didn't clean it up on purpose. Well, what in the world could that be? Well, I live out here in the country, and even if you don't, a lot of these perennials are wonderful areas and little habitats that help our critters through the winter. So if I get a little closer here, this leftover seed head here, one there and one here and one here, that there's not much left of, mostly gone, been picked clean, is from coneflowers actually. So this is a little group of coneflowers all through here, and through the winter the birds have gotten into them and they've eaten them right up, so that's wonderful. And then down here with all this vegetation over the land, that's providing some cover for my little buggies that want to sleep in here, my good bugs that are doing some work for me through the season. So I left that cover. But jeepers creepers, Kate, looks like you have a lot of work. I know it does, but it's deceiving. You can see I made a hole here for an example. Now you'd probably think, man, that probably took you a while to do. Nope. Here's the cool thing about cleaning up a garden that was left on its own through the winter. So I'm going to get right in here, and what we're going to see is that if we look at these stalks, we'll notice these little nubbies on the side here. We can kind of see, well, those little numbies, and I have a couple left over, are where the leaves were through last fall. And if I had gone in here and cleaned up, I would have had to trim these healthy stalks with trimmers. But because it's been all winter, what I can do now is with very little hand pressure, I can just kind of go like this, and you hear that snap? You can hear it easily. Look at how easily. I can't even express to you. I mean, there's just a couple pounds, there's not even a pound of pressure in here. Winter has done its work, and so I can just make them go opposite way than any way, actually. And they just snap right off. So I don't have to do trimmers. They just snap right off at the ground. And with no time at all, I can clean up another big section almost by brushing my hand through the areas. In fact, I could. It was like, you know, the old Godzilla movie. And I'm through the garden in no time. And look at that. What was that? 20 seconds maybe that we were doing that. The other thing that it exposes, this time of year, if you're out in the garden, cleaned up or not, we can see our weeds really pretty easily, the perennial weeds anyways, and we can get them out of here. So they're going to come out. It's this one. Okay, that was a bad example. Don't look at that one. Here's another way. Ooh, violets. They're nice. They really like to get in there. So if I give a little light tugging, I can get root systems, which means I'm getting the whole plant, as opposed to in the fall when they're thinking, oh, I'm just going to grip right on. Well, right now the soil's pretty saturated. It's early. It's a little bit frozen, but underneath, so I'm not sinking in these gardens. But look at that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. My weeds are coming up. And then, oh, I come into more stuff, and I'll just slap my hands on it, and there it goes again. So it's a very easy way before my perennials have come up and gotten in my way to be in the garden, get these weeds that are hiding underneath these big perennials and pull them right out. And I can even drop them back where I was, not because I want to leave them there, but then once I get all this done, if I take my rake and rake out the garden, they'll come up as I go. So that's just a couple of things. Wanted to show you it's time to get out and clean up your garden. If you hadn't, if you had, good for you. You're going to want to get mulching or rake out any leaves that have been in there from over the winter. You're getting close to a time. You can actually trim back your roses if you wanted to a little bit, or wait a little longer. You can see how it goes from brown to it gets green down here. You think, well, I got to cut it down here. Not necessarily. You might be cutting it all the way back up in here. So if you wanted to, you could wait a little bit to see if buds like this are going to, in another month and a half, because remember, we're only in March, push out some green and start to grow again. You can trim out the things that definitely didn't make it, like this light brown rose cane. because you can easily see it. So those are some things that you can do to get out and garden. And as always, we'll see you soon in the garden center. Have a great day.